A
We're
gente vai
recording,
terminar
fuck
se
it.
começar agora?
Scott!
Oh.
I mean, no, because this is February 8th, which is a pretty long day, but we might get into the interesting stuff.
Interesting stuff.
Because today some interesting stuff happens.
Yeah,
February 8th.
I saw Fate Booty.
Fate. 9.
No, Fate and Saber Booty.
Neo! Matrix reference.
Okay, so when are we gonna get Rin's booty?
I'm dreaming. Fuck. It must be because my blood is hot and my body is pulsing. I am reliving the scene I don't need to remember. I barely got started and I'm already mistaking things. It's my oldest memory. At the same time, it is a memory that can't be separated from me. A scene from 10 years ago that never goes away, even though I usually never recall it. It's not that I forgot it. It's not that I want to forget it. For me, it is just something that has already happened. So it's not something I feel pain over. It's not something I feel particularly angry about. What's past is past. I cannot redo it nor go back to it. I have escaped from that scene and still continue to live. All I can do is look forward. No one told me to. I just vaguely thought like this ever since I was a child. Not forgetting or denying the past. The only way to make use of what has gone away is to acknowledge it. One. Okay. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments to the volume because OBS is acting up again.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, I think this should be fine. I wake up because of the burning heat in my body. If you guys don't remember, Shido's switch is still turned on because he has not figured out how to close it, and therefore his body is still on fire. How long was I asleep? I guess I fell asleep.
Wait a minute. How he was able to sleep feeling his body burning?
Because at some point you pass out from the pain.
Jesus.
Or you just pass out generally. I had to do some surgery the other week, and I was unable to sleep from all the very bad stuff going on until I passed out at around 5:30 in the morning. I think Shido might have gotten 2 hours of sleep. So
how his internal monologue is something other than
I suppose you can get used to it. I guess I fell asleep while feeling the night wind without returning to my room. In the dim shed, there's me and
Saber.
Oh, good morning, Saber.
Slovenly. That's a lovely word.
Oh, いや、ゆうべは体が熱くて、
What a
外に出ていたら
dictionary word.
つい眠くなっちまったんだ。
Ah, man. I think this audio thing is going to make me upset.
I had a big argument with Archer when he decided to get out of creative mode for just a minute and tried to diss me really hard.
見ればわかります。説明はいいですから、次からは気をつけてください。マスターにこのような場所で休息を取られては、私の立場がありませんから。
Can you say something again, Olly?
Damn, I didn't knew that Saber was going to be a butler too.
I guess that's the fate of every servant. Haha, funny jokes.
God. Okay, so now I'm thinking of Hercules trying to make up the bed of Emiya with a lot of bunnies and dolls of human
flesh.
I don't know.
Just corpses strewn about the house.
No, I'm just imagining he gently putting the body of Kiritsugu in the bed, and she's like, "Yay!" and she hugs him, his dead body flailing around. Yeah,
that is a joke, but it is something that LXXVIII would do. So.
Oh, wonderful.
ところでシロ、先ほどからタイガが呼んでいるのですが。
Oh, we're starting the day just in the best way possible.
Oh boy.
呼んでるってなんでさ。
朝食の問題ではないでしょう
Speaking
か。
of Tiger and Delia, we didn't die a lot with these past episodes. We should try dying more.
We
We need to see Taiga and we should try. We should try seeing Taiga and Ilya in the afterlife in this
making
weird
jokes at our
dojo
expenses
afterlife.
for being ridiculous and dumb. Just the best way to live, really. Or to die.
Come on.
Huh?
We only saw
もう
once.
7時過ぎてるのか。やばい。寝過ごした。
そうですね。シローが最後に起きるのは珍しい。よほど昨夜のリンとの鍛錬が答えたのでしょう。
I mean, you could
You
say that.
you can't even imagine.
Saber analyzes the situation calmly. But I don't have that much composure.
起こしに来てくれて悪いが、先に戻っていてくれ。俺もすぐに着替えて台所に行くから。
はい。それではできる限りタイガをなだめているとしましょう。
Very well. Saber leaves with calm footsteps. But calm down, Fujine. Saber has already adapted quite well to the mornings at our house.
Damn, try to calm Fujiner while also feeling yourself on fire. That sure is one hell of a morning.
I run into the kitchen. Ignoring Fujine's vilification, I prepare breakfast in about 5 minutes.
お待たせ。学校の門限まで時間がないからな。手早く食べちゃってくれ。
I put the breakfast onto the table. And then... Oh my god.
He's dead.
The devil has awoken. Fujine explodes.
何これ？焼いたトーストだけじゃない。シロー、なんで今日の朝ごはんこれだけなのよ。
Because we're being blackmailed into doing this, Taiga.
仕方ないだろう。寝坊したんだから。他のものを作ってる余裕なんてないし、だいたいパン食なんてこんなもんじゃない
Of
から
course there's a difference, you fuck.
焼きがないだけなんだから。
There's a big valley
Put
between
some
eating
peanut
toast
butter,
and eating
jelly,
toast with
butter on it
bread.
and call it a day. Wow, put some ketchup in it. It's going to be fine.
You know what? Fuck it. I agree with Taiga. There's a big difference between eating just toast and toast with eggs and salad, okay? This is some bullshit.
Dude, they just put some cheese on it. Put some cheese.
You're
wrap a
missing the
little ketchup on it,
proteins,
and
man.
It takes literally 2 minutes to fry an egg, man. This is some bullshit. Shiro's trying to escape from his fate.
ね、みんなもそう思うでしょ？
Fujine asks Tosaka and Saber, who are
Damn.
eating silently.
That's becoming a goddamn Roman Senate. Hey, to all the fellow senators and residents of this house, look at the atrocity that Shiro made. Not
my
just making a
God.
bunch of toast.
Entering the filibuster to indict Shiro
Dude,
about making just bread.
I really wanted that Unlimited be here because he literally just eats toast in the morning. He just eats
God.
toast.
Imagine.
He just eats toast. Bread, only bread.
Only
a
bread. Oh
a
my
bunch of bread.
god.
Pure
You
bread.
die. You get
He's quite
Tiger
nice. He
Dojo.
doesn't. He's not. Oh yeah, he would not survive Tiger, but he's surviving life.
No.
He's
Imagine like
surviving
this.
life.
Imagine like this. Tiger kills him right now, and he gets a Tiger Dojo, and then
Oh yeah, that would be.
Tiger teaches him. No,
How to
Tiger.
fry an egg.
He makes he.
Unavoidable
I don't know how
death.
to explain.
That's
I
wonderful.
don't know how to explain.
It'd be
sorry,
pretty
actually.
funny if you just died here, and then you went to Taiga Dojo, and then Taiga just taught you how to fry an egg.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking
And then
hilarious.
you argue, man, gal, and then you argue, man.
Make a
just
salad
put some
and fry an
ketchup
egg
on
the
it.
next time.
Put some ketchup on it. It's going to be fine. Take a cheese and put some ketchup on it. Put some butter. Put some anything on it.
Remember, Fate is a game about choices, where if you make the wrong decision, you die quickly. So next time, fry an egg and make some salad.
It would be funny, like he goes to battle, but he doesn't have enough energy because he only had toast for
Indeed.
bread.
Okay,
The eggs are the key.
Eggs are the protein, man.
I'm going to make a defense of Shiro's actions. Come on, just put some butter on the toast. It's going to be good.
I know!
It's going to help
Literally
you today.
anything that isn't just bread.
Come on, man.
Even if he
Peanut
even
butter
if he
jelly,
just fried
something.
the bread, like you put some oil in the pan, and then you fry like thick like bite-sized bits of bread. That shit's better than toast.
It's easy just to make some bread, put some ketchup on it when it's done, put some anything, put some mayonnaise, put a jelly, put a peanut butter, put butter on it, put anything but it.
I wonder if Shiro thinks that in the West, like in Europe, people eat just bread for breakfast. He's like, yeah, this is culturally correct, man. We're just having a European day. Oh man.
They sure do sometimes, depending on how communist you are.
That's a fair point. Those two aren't as greedy as Fujine is. They won't agree with her.
Of course, Tosuka doesn't eat breakfast.
You see? Tosuka agrees with me. She's right.
Oh, come on, the devil likes to see the world burn on fire.
Hey, hold on. I thought you don't usually eat breakfast.
Again,
even Saber's disappointed.
She just wanted to. Oh, okay, Saber has a point, but.
Well, what was that say? That sounded like obvious disappointment. Did your character change, Saber?
Oh no, they just want to see him getting destroyed by her.
Oh my god.
そんな出来レースに従えるか。そもそもな、今からおかずなんて作ってたら遅刻するぞ、藤根。もう7時半なんだから。
Just let them all get late.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like Fujimura doesn't get late to class every day.
They are asking for it. Come on. Yeah, I will make a full course meal for this.
Shiro, stop being a lazy cunt. Go do your fucking breakfast, man.
Come on, but now I'm just thinking that... screw it.
もう、シロったら変なところで真面目なんだから。そんなじじくさいこと言ってると、すぐおじいさんになっちゃうんだからね。
She has a point.
言われるまでもない。藤根のおかげで、俺はすっかりじいさん趣味だよ。
Bruh.
Sick burn, man. So saying, I start eating my toast. Well, it's true. There's something desolate about having only toast for breakfast when there's this many people. You know, toast and water is the stuff that people eat in jail.
Wait a minute, they're not even having some coffee or anything like that?
I don't think they have coffee in the mornings in
Oh
Japan.
boy. Okay, now that that's starting to become more sad.
The sounds of the Shinai echo. The substance of the fight is the same as always. I attack desperately while Saber blocks my blows easily and counters with an attack twice as sharp as mine. I manage to block it, attack even stronger, and lose. We are repeating the same match over and over. And yet Shiro doesn't learn.
So, wait a minute, so the sound is not of the swords hitting, the sound is of Saber's sword beating Shiro's butt.
Indeed.
Over and over and over again.
It's the sound of Shiro's
section.
It's the sound of Shiro's skull being cracked open by her Shinai. I stand still.
Oh, he's everything.
I stand still and breathe deeply,
Her
wiping the sweat off.
strategy is to weaken her master.
Indeed, it's a very bold strategy.
He cannot fight if he's hurt.
Indeed, it's all very intelligent. I think she already passed the point of trying to teach him that he's useless, so she's just trying to cripple him so that he can't leave the
No, I'm
house.
thinking that she's trying to make him go paraplegic so she can stuff him in somewhere in the house so you can hide it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It's an act of love.
Indeed. Wiping the sweat off my forehead with my arm, I calm my breathing.
何を休んでいるのですか。昨日までのシロならそこで諦めるような
Damn,
ことはなか
son,
った
she
はずです
really wants to hurt him.
Man, girl, man, it would be pretty easy if I was not feeling burned alive.
That's true. That's
何も
fair.
らしくないことをシロが来ないというのでしたら私から攻め込むだ
Let's
けです。
go, Saber. Saber stares at her bad student. But I cannot move my body to my satisfaction even if she looks at me that way.
はあ、一体どうしたのですシロ。今朝のあなたは
I mean, to be fair, Saber, he is burning.
まっす
They
ぐ
are
に打ち込ん
burned
でくる
alive.
たちだ
It
けは
quite
目
a
を見張
little
るも
bit
のがあっ
like
たというの
him.
に今朝のシロには力強さを感じません。
それは 自分でも分かってるんだけどな。どうもうまくいかない。
Well, the situation is too different from yesterday.
体の熱がまだ取れないのですか？ですが、そんな理由で体のキレが落ちるようでは話になりません。
I mean, to be fair, in Saber's time, you could have your arm cut off and you would still be expected to fight, so.
そうするんだったら、まずあれをなんとかしてくれ。
That thing, huh? I point to the observer by the wall. Oh my god!
私に構わなくていいから訓練を続けていいわよ。
We
She
can't.
skipped school. The perfect student skipped school for a day.
I think she needs to keep a look on Shiro to like if he faints or something, or if the jewel she put inside him kills him.
She just likes
She's
to
already
watch him
burning
fail.
alive, so.
Yeah, maybe she
It's
just
probably
likes
her
to watch
job
Shiro
to
getting
stop
beat up as well. I mean, it's
Oh no,
Tosaka.
that's true.
It's
That's
pleasing.
certainly true. That demon likes seeing people getting hurt.
To be fair, if I were to live with Shiro, I would also like to see him get beat up for his stupidity, but that's besides the point. Tosaka doesn't understand at all. When she's staring at me like that, I can't concentrate on fighting Saber.
リンが気になるのですか？それこそ修行不足ですね。
Oh god.
いいでしょう。
No, that only
そ
proves
れで
he's
したら、
simping.
剣
That
悪者
only
のこ
is
となど気にならないように
that's
して
only
差し上げ
proof
ます。
of his simping for Rin and for you and for everyone that has a vagina apparently.
Oh shit. Is she gonna blind Shiro so that he doesn't know that she's there?
待てセイバー、こっちはまだ息。
問題はありません。
My breath.
そのようなものは戦いの最中に整えるものです。
Yeah, I can start.
You got a
you can
problem,
start
man?
breathing again.
Get better.
Saber disappears from my view. Yeah, you're gone,
Oh,
man. I'm
boy.
sorry.
You're dead.
Yikes.
You're already in the dojo. He's already in the dojo. He's just going to open his eyes and there's going to be Taigendelia. He's not going to change anything else. He's
The
just going to
instant I
open his eyes
realize that this is bad and block my face, Saber Shinai hits me right in the head. And he's gone.
and- Okay, he's going to open his. Oh no. Okay.
And so the training this morning was severe. I wasn't worried about Tosaka watching after I got knocked out once. As I devoted myself to blocking Saber's blows, it was lunchtime before I knew it.
けどあれよね。セイバーって本当に冷静よね。3時間も素人試合してて、眉一つ動かさないんだから。
Isn't it great to just watch your friend get mauled for 3 hours? Non-stop.
もう無機質み
It's
たいな。
for
She's
his own good.
God
It's
damn,
Tosaka.
man. Tosaka has some weird hobbies. Tosaka's in a good mood. I
Yes.
think because she saw me getting beat around a lot.
Yes, she has the hobby of watching people be in despair.
The two are in the living room, resting. As for me, I'm preparing lunch by myself as a punishment for not being serious this morning.
Oh, no
Jeez.
talks with Ilya this time. Okay.
I want to cut corners and finish quickly by making something like white noodles. If you do that, you're gonna die, man.
ですか。
He's already
そうですね。
dying.
そう意識したことはありませんが、剣を握っているときは感情を止めているのかもしれません。
It's a sober thing to
それ
do.
は試合といえども変わりはないのでしょう。
You're not supposed to think very hard emotionally about what you're doing when you kill someone in war, right?
Yeah, fair enough. But in training.
それって女の身で剣を持つ
I
ため
mean,
に
if the point is to
心のない
replicate
やつ
battle, then
体格で劣っている
I
から
guess she's
心
really
だ
not
け
a
は負
good
けないよ
teacher.
うにって
yeah. I mean, some people just aren't cut out for it.
それは違います、リン。冷静であるのは戦う時の心構えですが、それは男も女も変わりのないことでしょう。リンとて戦闘時には情を捨てるはずです。あなたはそれができる人ですから。
言ってくれるじゃない。まあそりゃ事実だけどさ。けどセイバーのは私とは違うわ
Meanwhile,
よ。
Archer in creative mode watch
私は捨て
everything.
てるのは甘さだけだもの。あなたほど達観はできないわ。
Well, Odin hasn't killed anyone yet. Saber
no.
most likely has killed many, so that's why she's a lot more able to focus on the work.
Now that I think of it, Archer's literally watching everything from creative mode.
Yeah, he's on spectator.
Damn, Shiro got himself a little audience over there watching his BDSM section with Saber.
We are all in the same plane of existence as Archer. Just think about that for a second.
そのようですね。だからあなたは華やかなのでしょう。戦いの中でも女性のしなやかさを保っていられる。
Saber spitting some facts.
And giving a lot of ammunition for the dudes in Rule 34.
シロがあっちにいるから白状するけどね。私初めてあなたを見た瞬間
I'm telling man, this is the couple. No, I can hear you, Tosaka.
それはリンのお間違いでしょう。
There's some tension between these
この身が
two.
華やかに見えた
Shut
の
the
なら
fuck.
それは私ではな
We
く
do not acknowledge
セイバー
this.
というクラ
This
ス
is
が
awful.
華やかな
Again,
だけ
there's
ではないでしょう
probably a lot of things on Rule 34 with these two.
There are.
Imagine if these two were master and servant. That would make
Wouldn't
it
that
just...
be interesting?
Yeah, it would be.
Wouldn't it be great if Saber had a master that was worthy of her power?
And her love.
純粋にね、同じ女として負けたって思ったんだ
I
けど。
lost as a
そうでも
woman.
なけれ
God
ば、
damn,
あ
really.
そこまでショック
What
を
a
受
way
けな
to
かった
put
よ
it.
ですからそれが間違いです。私は一度も自身を女性だと思ったことはないし、
What is
一度も
going
女
on
性として
between
扱わ
those
れた
two?
ことはありません。
And they're
One
just having a
feels
conversation.
Wikipedia as a woman, and the other doesn't think of itself as a woman at all. What is going on?
その私が華やかであるはずがない。
Saber's comment stops the conversation. As I use the kitchen knife, I feel irritated by Saber's comment.
前から思ってたけど、自分のことを何だと思ってんだろうな。
A helicopter.
I take a big swing at the chicken meat. You see,
Or
the,
probably,
the, the
killing
point
my
here is that
machine.
Saber thinks of herself as a warrior first.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
but if
yeah,
Twitter
yeah.
if Twitter got a hold of this game, they would be like, "Oh my
boy.
God, Saber is non-binary."
She's
Wow.
a helicopter, an Apache helicopter with missile launchers.
Well,
Because-
for some reason, he's annoyed.
May God help us all that this video never gains any traction at all, so we don't get cancelled online.
We're gonna get canceled for acknowledging
If
that Saber.
If Twitter got a hold of this game, Shiro would be fucked.
Yes.
Oh no.
Shiro would get
Oh, cool.
completely destroyed.
Nah, there's Rin and Tosaka in the version.
No,
direction.
no,
They are just
no.
going
No,
to
but
start-
Shiro is terribly misogynistic
They
at
were
some
just
points.
going to start making some.
It's not his fault.
Porn
I
with
think
these
he's just an old timer. You know, he's
It's just old school.
yeah, he's old school and a romantic, and he's a kid.
Oh no, he's just
He's still growing
he's just
up.
stupid. He's just stupid.
But then again, Twitter is unable to understand the concept of character growth, and so they'll just be like, "Oh my God, Shiro hates women."
It's because he never got
私
laid.
は
That's true.
自分を女性だと思ったことはありませ
For
ん。
now.
まあ、俺には関係のない
Oh,
話
Shiro
だ
is
けど
revolted. I strike hard at the cutting board with my knife. How
Here's
dare
your
her
finger,
call
here's your
herself
finger, here's your
ugly?
finger.
Yeah, but doing so doesn't make me feel even one bit better. It probably just makes you look like a psychopath.
今日の課題はそれね。昨日より数は増やしたし、そっちの体も落ち着いてるみたいだから、今度こそ成功するでしょ。
Come on, Shiro, let's get this switch going. I don't know how she brought them here, but Tosaka brings about 40 lamps. Where the fuck is she buying all these lamps, man?
しばらく経ったら戻ってくるから。それ
You,
まで
you
に
see,
終われ
that's what I'm saying when I tell you that Shiro
There's
is
a lot
breaking
of
Green's
there's a
wallet.
lot of old mobilia in the house in that European house.
Saying goodbye, Tosaka leaves the room. Oh, so that's intelligent. She's gonna let him do things by himself, which is gonna make him
Oh,
less
she's
retarded.
just going to get the cleaning for. She's just going to go do the cleaning for the 40 lamps.
Well, yesterday night was bad, so I should at least succeed at 1 or 2 tonight.
Are these lamps those with gas
He
inside of them?
didn't succeed at anyone.
I hope not. I think they should be safe, like those filament
Oh
lamps.
god. The gas leaks. They were true.
They were true all along, man. It took me 1 hour to try strengthening on about 20 lamps. Half of them broke, and the other half showed no change. Well, no change is better than breaking, right? At least he's
Yeah,
getting
you can
some
use
level of concentration.
At least he can use it again.
At least he knows he can break a lamp.
But out of the ones that didn't break, 5 of them had magical energy successful channeled into them. All I have to do now is to challenge the 20 that are left, but...
5つもあればテストとしては十分なんじゃないか。
It seems like all the lamps are antiques. I feel bad about breaking any more of them. Yeah, I should, Okay, we have a choice. We're doing this unsupervised, so should we go get Tosaka to show her the lamps that we have already done, or should we just keep going?
Let's go and get Tosaka.
Go and get Tosaka.
Very well.
It will just be boring otherwise.
Let's go and get Tosaka. I shouldn't break any more lamps. Well, I don't think that's much of an excuse for someone that already broke 40.
And don't try to burn the entire house, something like that.
Or, you know, to make
Tosaka.
Tosaka's room into a fucking minefield of broken glass.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no reply even when I call out. That's weird. Maybe she's not in the house. The only other place Tosaka could be is...
Okay, we're going to see naked
house.
Tosaka now.
It seems Saber and Tosaka are inside talking.
おい、父さん。
We need a Zevlen a cappella version of the themes.
I'm gonna fucking do it. As I raise my hand to call out to her, it's gonna be the Christmas special album. I feel a chill run through me. I think it was a wave of Tosaka's magical energy filled with enmity that came flowing out of the shed. That's weird. The voice that was calling out to her stops. It seems Tosaka is so irritated that I can feel it from way over here. Their conversation can be
He's
heard.
dead.
Without realizing it, I'm eavesdropping on them.
何者よあいつ
What the fuck? Tosaka murmurs in a tone that could be angry or horrified. Saber is standing silently behind her.
信じられないセイバーあなたこのことに気がついてたわねいいえ私には分からなかった私は騎士であって魔術師ではないここには違和感があっただけでリンほど状況を把握しているわけではありませんそうなら教えてあげるあいつは魔術師なんかじゃないわリン
He's
それ
adopted.
はどういう意味でしょうか
I
言葉
mean,
通
he
りの意
really
味
is, but
魔術っていうのはね結局は等価交換なのどんな神秘だってよそにあるものをここに持ってきて使っているだけけどこれは違うあいつはどこにもないものをここに持ってきてしまっている
Projection.
それは現実を侵食する想念に他ならないあいつの魔術はきっとある魔術が劣化しただけのものなんだ
Oh, I love how Rin is presuming that Shiro is able to do like the second magic. Wouldn't that be fucking funny if Shiro was just randomly a sorcerer? I don't understand what Tosaka is
What?
talking about.
neither I, man, neither I.
But this is something that I should not be listening to. I
Oh,
think
no,
what
be
Tosaka's
serious,
saying
come on,
is that
let it-
Shiro is... Because... Let's presume that she's talking about Shiro, right? Shiro said
Yeah.
that he was building those little things out of magic
Mm-hmm.
to keep
Yeah.
strengthening them. But then Tosaka's like, well, you can't do that because you're creating things out of nothing. So she presumes that he is able to do like a deteriorated, simpler version of one of the 5 magics. Presumably the second one, which deals with parallel dimensions and stuff. Which is fucking
Isn't-
hilarious because Shiro isn't even able to do magecraft.
Wait a minute. Now, could be Saber talking about Sasaki? Could be talking about Sasaki Kojiro.
She could. They could be talking about Sasaki. They could be talking about Archer.
Because she was.
You
No,
know.
no, Archer not that much because Rin already thought about it by herself.
They could be talking about Fujin.
Indeed.
Nah.
But
But
it is a good
my
guess
mind-
from you that they might be talking about
Because-
Sasaki. Because
Yeah,
he can
he really
create
created-
new swords out of nothing.
Yeah.
And we
yeah,
have come to the
and
conclusion.
Saber didn't understand it.
Yeah, and we have come to the
Saber-
conclusion by reading the status screen that he is using some sort of a kind of like a copy of the second magic, but less so.
Yeah, but can they read the goddamn screen?
But But it makes more sense to be Shiro because they are in the shed.
Yeah.
Well, Shido probably thinks it's about him, but
It could be.
it could be
Sasaki
about
as well.
Sasaki. On that note, I have forgotten about something, but we're gonna look at it later.
I mean, the evidence points to Shiro because they are in the shed, and your ring refers to something like, Saber, did you know about this? Like they are in the shed, so she's referring to something.
She did
that's
say,
in the
who
shed.
is he? But she also said he's not a Magus at all. So,
Yeah, but maybe
Yeah.
she said like, no, he's not a complete magus.
yeah,
He's not-
no.
Doesn't even know
That's what I'm
nature.
trying to
Now we're
say.
becoming lawyers
There's conflicting information. I'll be lying to Tosaka, but I should return to the room and pretend that I was waiting for her return. And, black screen, we have come back. Just before we go on, I remembered we forgot... no, we saw that, right? Did we read the
Yeah,
loading
we
screen?
did.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I
did.
thought we'd forgotten. It's 2 o'clock. There's no sign of Tosaka returning, and I diligently finished the task assigned to me. I also fucked up last episode. I was rewatching the video, and I think when Shida was talking about Shinji having Rin was talking about Shinji having called her for a date when they were first graders. For some reason, I said that Shinji was a 9th grader at the time. That's not true. They have the same age, so...
あれ電話だ
The phone is ringing far away.
今か遠坂はだってうちの電話なんだから出るわけにはいかないよな
I don't think it's important, but I can't just ignore it. I got up and head to the living room to pick up the phone. There's no one in the living room. Saber and Tosaka must be somewhere else, like in the yard.
はいエミヤですが
Again?
Fuck, it's Shinji.
Oh no.
And he seems
Oh, no,
threatening.
boy.
This is not good.
Ryder is going to give visits to them.
As soon as I pick up, I hear Shinji's voice mixed with hidden laughter.
シンジか
Oh
な
boy.
んか用か話すことなんて
Do-
お互いないと
Let's just think about something here. Someone in this
Someone-
house had gone to school.
Someone. Wait a minute. What?
Taiga has gone to school alone. There is no one aware of the Grail War there to protect her from something. And Shinji knows
Yeah,
that we
but-
live with Taiga.
Yeah, but during daylight you don't fight people.
We're talking about
is a
Shinji.
psychopath.
We're talking about Shinji. We're not talking about a smart person.
Oh no. But again, wait a minute. But who would be laughing in Shinji's house?
Maybe it's Shinji himself. I think that's what he meant to imply.
Damn, he's talking and laughing at the same time. Congratulations to that man. He can make clones.
どうしても話しておきたいことがあったんだけど、お前学校に来ないじゃないか。
Again, I don't
これ
think
以上長い
he
こともなんだし、
made Taiga
もう
hostage.
我慢できないから連絡を入れたんだ。
Maybe he made the whole school hostage. What if he was the guy that set up the boundary field? Shinji's tone is strange. I can't tell much from just his voice, but he sounds like he's really excited or pressured. I can hear students in the background, so he must still be at school. It's past 2. It must be break time right after the 5th period.
おい、聞いてるんだよエミヤ。遠坂はそこにいるの。
今はいない少し席を外している
そうか。ちょうどいい。2人だけで話がしたかったんだ。いいこと教えてやるからさ。今から学校に来いよエミヤ。もちろん。
I don't know how to answer. Shinji is acting strange in any way. We're already talking. There's no need to go to school, and going there without telling Tosaka would mean betraying her. Not to mention going there without Saber would be a terrible decision.
Yes.
悪いが
So-
学校には行けない
Damn, he's not going to be stupid today.
休み
Shinji's
中には行
growing.
動するから
So like Shinji decided to do something at school because Tosaka isn't there? Or is it just a coincidence?
Perhaps it's because she isn't there. Because he knows that
That-
she's pretty strong.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's probably the reason.
She's the obstacle, right?
何
Yeah.
勝手なこと言ってんだよお前。
Oh fuck, Shinji screams at me. He must be excited as I can hear his heavy breathing as I can hear his heavy breathing even over the phone. Completely changing, he laughs.
Even for Shinji standards, he's weird right now.
Right now?
Yes.
Wait and see, man.
Shinji sounds cheerful. I've known him for 5 years now, but I've never seen him this high.
Damn, he's drunk.
You see, he's pulling that string specifically.
いくら藤根でも遅刻したら怒るぞ。それに6次元目だけ出るなんて欠席するより文句を言われそうだな。
I like how Shiro is not connecting the dots here.
I like how Shinji is so excited about it, like he's treating.
Wait a minute. They have a friendship in any sort of way.
Well, Shinji has a friendship with Shiro. Or Shiro thinks
Jesus,
they do.
with friends like Shinji, who needs an enemy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the joke. Shiro is so well-natured that he's unable to,
You know the best.
He's unable to presume that Shinji is an ass. He just thinks that Shinji is, weird. The conversation ends there. The phone is repeating a boring beeping sound. Shiro, that is obviously a threat. But what should I do?
Yes.
I haven't been able to find Tosaka in the house, and if I'm going to school, I can't take Saber. Still, I'm worried what Shinji will do if I refuse his invitation. He seems distraught after being refused by Tosaka last night, and he might hit Sakura again if I leave him be, or worse. Again, it's like we were talking about last time. Rin's punch was well-deserved, but it might have just made him completely unhinged.
Yeah.
We don't know. If that's decided,
They could have.
I should hurry.
Oh, and in the end, he decides to do the stupid decision, the stupid choice anyway, because he's Shinji.
I'll make it for 6th period if I run.
And this is Fate's Day night, so of course he's going to take the stupid decision.
There's no one at the school gates. As it's class time, it looks from outside like the school is empty. There must not be any PE classes at the moment, as nobody is out in the yard either. Well, this will all change in a little while. School's over once 6th period ends. The schoolyard and the gate should be filled with students. I reach the 3rd floor. Of course, the hallway is empty as well. Class is in session, and it feels a bit awkward walking to Class C like this. Class C is down the hallway. This class by the stairs is Class H, so I have to walk past 5 classrooms to get there. The dizziness hits me suddenly.
Call Saber.
It attacks my whole body with nausea. My stomach crawls around. My senses are reversed. My vision is filled with crimson. As if blood has seeped into my eyes, everything in my vision tints red.
What? He decided to activate the spell earlier, or something?
The temperature
like that?
hasn't changed, but my body is strangely hot. My feet tremble. I can't put any power into my body. I'm weakening like an hourglass, unable to stop it. It's as if I'm breathing out my insides with every breath. I'm suffocating. My throat hurts. Could it be that the oxygen has disappeared from the hallway? No, from the whole school? As if urged by my gasping lungs, I lean against the wall and open the window unconsciously. My mind freezes. The scale of the situation erases even my confusion. Outside the window, around the schoolyard, is a field of red. It's as if only this school is cut out, surrounded by a red world. The school building is an altar covered by a red canopy. And with that, finally, I understand that this is that kind of a thing. I move away from the window. Holding my wobbling legs firm with my will, I enter the classroom in front of me. Inside is the result. There are no students sitting in their chairs. All the students are on the floor, and the teacher that was probably standing on the platform is lying on the ground as well. They're still breathing. Everyone is convulsing as if asking for help. There are no fatalities yet. It's just that they don't have the power to stand up, and they will soon rot away. Seeing their miserable condition on the floor, I add them to the wreckage from long ago. My nausea gets stronger, but I deal with it calmly. I observe the students on the floor. Even though it's hard to breathe, it doesn't mean they can't breathe. If they're only weakened, I can still save them if I hurry. The instant I check the face of a student nearby, a sound goes click inside my head. It's melting. Not everyone, though. There must be individual differences, as the most weakened students are starting to have their skin melt away. Oozing.
Wait a minute. Now, Zevlen. I have a question now.
Yeah?
Considering that this is probably the ritual that they were talking about, could a command spell from Shinji reverse everything?
Probably not. Inflamed arms like a keloid, and eyes that look like that of a dead fish. We will see.
I wonder if Shinji's phone call and these events are related at all.
I know this. I know a scene like this. This is just hell. I know it from a long time ago. And so, eclipsing fear, anger overtakes my body. My left arm throbs. The command spell in my hand tells me an enemy is nearby. I run, still breathing hard. My mind has already gone insane.
Yo, Emiya.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, so they were related.
Across the hallway, Mato Shinji is standing right in front of Class C. My arm throbs. The command spell tells me that the man standing there is the cause of this. Unable to breathe properly, I stand there and glare at Shinji's distant figure. He must really like how I'm acting. Shinji spreads his arms exaggeratedly and laughs aloud in the red hallway. Look at the book. That's gonna come in.
It's a pretty book.
僕としちゃエミヤが顔面蒼白になるのを見たかったわけだし、単純にことを起こすのだけは避けたかったんだ。そうか。話があるっていうのは嘘か。
No, really, Sherlock?
話はこれからさ。僕とお前、どちらが優れているか、遠坂に思い知らせないといけないし、エミヤには嘘の謝罪をしないといけないからね。
This deranged fuck.
エミヤには黙ってたけど、学校に結界を敷いたのは僕なんだ。
Shinji laughs cheerfully. That makes me realize from the bottom of my heart.
あれ？思ったより驚かないな。なんだ。この結界は僕じゃないって言ったのに、エミヤは信じてくれなかったんだ。いいねいいね。お前でも人を信じないなんてことがあったわけだ。
His laugh drills into my skull. I'll make this clear, but I'm surprised enough. I was only prepared for the discovery that the master who constructed the boundary field was either Shinji or this other master. That's all. This is the result of the optimistic view. Back then, as soon as I figured out Shinji was a master, I should have settled this matter. So this is my mistake.
Shinji?
Yes.
Not bringing Saber was another mistake.
Can't he summon her now?
Oh, he can.
Will he though?
I guess.
But he doesn't want Saber to get hurt.
That's true.
結界の発動にはまだ数日必要だと遠坂は言ってた。それはあいつの読み違いか。
遠坂らしい意見だ。けどさ、結界は完成していないだけで形はとっくにできているんだぜ。単純に発動させる分には支障はないんだ。ま、おかげで効果は薄いけどね。この分じゃ一人殺すのにあと数分はかかるんじゃないかな。
And let's keep in mind, even if Shinji is not a magus, which he isn't, and his servant isn't particularly strong, which Ryder really isn't, if he gets to consume the souls of like 500 children, that's gonna boost her power up to heaven and back.
止めろ。
The nausea has already gone away. I say so, staring directly at Shinji.
止めろ？何をだい？まさかこの結界を止めろだなんて言ってるんじゃないだろうな。一度起こしたものを止めるなんてそんなもったいないことできないな、僕は。
止めろ。お前、自分が何をしているか分かってるのか。
イラつくな。お前、何僕に命令してるわけ？大体さ、これは僕の力じゃないか。止めるかどうかを決められるのは僕だけだし、止めてほしかったら土下座くらいするのが筋ってもんじゃないの？まったく、藤村といい、お前といい。
And Fujimura. Oh, wonderful.
I mean, at this moment, Taiga is fucking convulsing on the ground. Her skin might be
Yeah,
melting
so now-
away as well.
So now he's really going to get killed.
藤姉がどうしたって。
ね？ああ、藤村ね。この結界ができてからさ、あいつ結
Ah,
構
this
動いたんだ
fucker.
よ。でさ、倒れずにいた僕のところまでやってきて、救急車を呼んでとか言ってきたんだ。すごいよね。けど、そんなもの呼ぶわけにはいかないし、呼ぶ気もないじゃない？藤村のや
Let's
つ。
kill him.
それでもしがみついてくるもんだ。
Let's fucking kill him. There's no point anymore.
蹴り飛ばしてやったら
Yep.
ピクリとも動かねえでやんの。
You son
あ
of
の
a
分じ
bitch.
ゃ真っ先に死んだんじゃねえの？あ、
This is the end. I switched over
Yep.
completely. Tolsaka said something about pushing a switch in my head, but it's not like that. Clang. A hammer strikes in my head and the inside of my body completely changes.
最後。結界を止めろ。
Oh,
信じ
here it comes.
Wow, and he even gave me the last warning.
お前に頼ま
Oh
れ
man.
止めたくな
The
い
epic
楽な
theme.
そんなに気に食わないんなら
Let's
力
go.
を入れるよ。エミヤ
It's time
boy,
to kill the
everyone
fuck out of
wants to die,
Shinji.
Believe it.
So basically, I need to stop him before I can stop this boundary field. Ooh, my body leaps. My body is burning like a fire. There's less than 20 meters between me and Shinji. For me right now, that will only take an instant. My body is full of energy, vastly higher than when I have a magic circuit inserted in me.
本当にバカだね、お前。
Yep, he should be calling Saber right now.
The shadow wiggles. The shadow settled in the corner of the hallway starts to take form and move. A sharp edge made of black, like a guillotine to cut anything that approaches Shinji. I don't know what kind of magic it is. There are 3 shadows. With that number... What do we
There's no
do?
need to stop. There is no need to stop.
Let's go.
It's
Let's go
Shinji.
meet Taiga.
It's Shinji.
Let's go meet Taiga.
What do we
Choose
do?
one. Pick one, please. There's no
It
need
feels
to.
bad that we are going to see. It's going to be kind of a anticlimax.
Well,
No, there's
it's
no-
up to you, man.
Come on, there's no need to stop.
Wait a minute. Then I will give it up to you, Zevlen. I will gain if I can't block it myself. You make the choice.
That's not how this works. Please just
Can-
make a
can I-
decision.
Can I make like
You can.
statement? So we're talking about Shinji. Assuming he is the one making these shadows, there's really no need to stop because he's not even a magus. So we can easily dodge his shadows
Yeah, but he has a servant.
But we're not seeing her.
Oh, and you really need to see, and you really can't see a servant before you die.
No, but this is a choice to keep going, like just
Or to just
dodge.
give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, man, there's no need to stop. Let's go.
Yes.
There's no need to stop. No matter how strong it may be, it's useless if it can't hit me. The three sharp edges approach me.
バカはお前だシンジ
An attack like this is easily avoidable compared to Saber's attack.
That's why we trained.
Training is worth shit, man! I pass through the opening between the three shadows and I feel no threat in them. So there's no problem. Saber has taught me that if it doesn't make me sense death, then I should not hesitate.
シンジ
I close in on him. There's no shadows to protect him. A few more steps. If I close 3 more meters, it can...
やめろ来るな
Shinji runs away. The instant I reach out to his back, I feel a chill run through my whole body and I quickly withdraw my extended arm. Something cuts through the air. A sharp black edge cuts through the space I was in a moment ago. I stop. I don't know where it came from, but in front of me is a woman in black who makes even the red seem faint. I just wanna outline that the last time that we stopped and ran away, we died in Tulsaka.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Taiga's advice was never to make a half-hearted decision.
Yeah, fair enough.
My mind stops in fear. I'll be killed. I don't want to think about it, but an image of my head being ripped off pops into my head. This is a sense of death that the previous shadows cannot even compare to.
いいぞライダー遠慮するなそいつはお前の好きにしていい
Ryder's figure becomes vague. I
Can't match her. That's why we trained with Saber.
Are we going with
Like a
it?
servant.
There you go.
There's no doubt. I mean, the whole point of the training was to convince Shiro that he's weak.
Very well. I retreat instantly. Now is not a good time. I have to regroup and make Shinji stop the boundary field after that.
To be fair, it's likely stupid that because it's impossible to dodge a servant.
I desperately retreat, not knowing what's going on. My vision turns white from fear. I don't even know what I'm scared of, but I raise my hand, still not knowing what's going on, and block my neck. A sharp object is thrust into my arm. The dull sound that scrapes my bone tells me I'll be killed next. I run. I don't even have time to turn my back. I cover only my vitals with my hands and retreat desperately. The sound of cutting echoes through the hallway. With an annoying sound, the sharp object cuts my body apart. My vision is blocked by the spray of blood coming out of my body. Beyond it is Ryder coming at me at a speed I can't even see. Every time I get cut, a voice that doesn't seem like my own escapes my mouth. But
I know
still
it's a
continue desperate to retreat, saving my life from numerous fatal blows. Yep, go ahead.
I know it's a desperate moment, but God, she's beautiful.
There you go. Good to know you have your priorities set. I don't know what I'm doing. My arm is blocking Ryder's dagger. My clothes are ripped apart and my flesh is as well. I love how Ryder just doesn't want to kill him fast. She wants to make him feel the prey experience of getting hunted. But it must still be working as a shield as it desperately blocks the blows coming at my neck, forehead, and heart. Force of will is not there. My body reacts to Ryder's blow purely from not wanting to die. I'm already out of breath. I'm only running because I'm being hurried by the presence of death in front of me. I will just run out of strength, get caught, and die. That's why she told me. She told me not to fight against servants and that I would be no match for them. Even though I listened to her, why? What am I doing now? I have to catch Shinji quickly and I have him remove the boundary field, so what am I doing?
何してるんだライダーもういいだろうさっさと切り殺して
It's a good thing that Ryder doesn't like Shinji, huh?
そいつは
Shinji's voice is filled with triumph. Nodding, Ryder swings her dagger in a large arc.
Oh.
A blow directed at my head. I cannot dodge it. All I can do is to stop it hitting a fatal point. The dagger stabs me in my shoulder right below my collarbone. A loud metallic sound and the cluck of a tongue. What is this? The end of Ryder's dagger is breaking apart. Ryder's sabotaging Shinji is fucking beautiful. Ryder
Is she
stops.
giving?
Oh yeah.
Is she giving Shiro like
An
time
opening.
to
Just a
summon
question.
Saber?
Are we using the right option or not?
In the instant that I consider how to make use of that opening, no spoilers.
Jesus Christ, she's done.
Oh, okay, we didn't.
I feel an impact like being hit with a sledgehammer and I'm knocked out of the window. Oh no, he has time. He has time to
Yeah, we're going.
do things
we
before
are
he
going
falls
to
on the
sit-
ground.
We're going to Taiga again. Okay.
I only took a roundhouse kick to the stomach, but that blows my body away and I'm thrown out of the window. At least he's not dead. He has time to think if he thinks fast. It's the 3rd floor. I should die from loss of blood even without anything, so falling from this height should finish me off. No, I should have died the moment I received the blow that flung me off a few dozen meters. I reach out. Maybe I'm not falling yet, or it's just an illusion. My body is still in the air. I reach out with my arm as if to cling onto something. The sky is red. The school building is throbbing as if it's the stomach of a living thing. Am I going to die overlooking something like this? Like this? Like this? Like this? Like this? Am I going to die selfishly, unable to save anybody? I grit my teeth in vain. I cannot beat her. I cannot even be a match. I knew that, but I made a mistake. I don't care about the pain in my body. I'm just going insane from the anger. This is the result of saying I can handle things myself and saying I won't let Saber fight. I was the stupid one. I can't save anyone by myself. If I really wanted to end this war, there was just one thing to do from the beginning. He said it. If I'm not to fight anybody, not kill anybody, or not let anyone kill, that if I realized I was wrong, I should decide what to correct and what to punish. And so, on my arm, reaching out as if to grab the heavens is the command spell waiting for my order.
Summon Saber.
Are we doing this? Summoning Saber?
No,
Well,
I think he
let's
can't
Saber.
use his command spell.
Very well. I murmur as if praying. I don't care about my life, but only to stop the cause of this. Let's go! With all my might, I call for my sword!
Damn, we actually chose the right option. Okay.
A command spell disappears,
Curious.
and at the same moment, a winding occurs in space.
And now Shinji's pants are going to get filled with a lot of shit because he's shitting himself really fast.
It must have been sorcery, because Saber in her silver armor shoots from it as if breaking through the ripple in space.
It's the second sorcery, man.
It's the second sorcery, bro. I fall to the ground on my back. My breath stops. My organs will explode from the impact. A few of my ribs must have broken or at least cracked. But still, my body did not break apart and my bloody arms are still attached. Saber runs towards me. Forcing my numb arms and legs, I manage to stand up to show her I'm all right.
待ってくださいシロそれはわかりますがその前にあなたの体を
ライダーを頼むあいつはお前でしか倒せない
いけませんシロの治療が先ですこのままではあなたが死ぬ
それは違う先にやるべきことがあるだろう
Forget about me, as we have to beat Shinji and Ryder as quickly as possible. Nothing takes priority over that.
ですがそれでは
Saber is stubbornly worrying about my body. I would be lying if I said I wasn't happy about it, but we don't have time to argue. If Saber doesn't want to, I'll just have to use my second command spell. Look at how this is exactly the fucking opposite. Shiro is feeling the frustration that Saber must have felt back when he tried to save her from Berserker.
Development, bro.
My determination must have gotten through her. Saber accepts my decision.
わかりましたマスター指示を
ライダーを倒せ俺は信じを叩く
Fuck yeah, let's go.
I'll
There's
get Shinji.
There's no hesitation in Saber now. She nods silently and runs to the school building like the wind. I run up the stairs. Ryder and Shinji are on the 3rd floor. I can tell from the command spell's reaction that Shinji is still on the 3rd floor. The instant I get to the 3rd floor, sparks fly out. I couldn't see it, but Saber must have seen Ryder attacking from above and deflected her attack.
シロ、ライダーはここで倒します。あなたはライダーのマスターを。
She doesn't need to tell me. Saber won't be beaten by Ryder. That's something I'm sure of from fighting Ryder and knowing even a little about her power. Saber's power vastly exceeds that of Ryder. I pass Saber and run. Ryder's dagger instantly comes to kill me and Saber attacks to deflect it along with Ryder. I run through the hallway. In front of me is Shinji, completely flustered. A long object that can serve as a weapon, like the mop in this locker. Shiro follows Archer's advice. I pass my magical energy through it as I run. Perhaps I don't have any other thoughts or I don't have enough energy to do anything else, but I'll strengthen the plastic mop as naturally as breathing. The shadows move. Even though I'm hurt so badly, I don't feel any sluggishness in my body. And on top of that, I have a weapon now. So I don't even need to dodge them. I smack away all the shadows attacking me using the mop. It breaks, but that's to be expected from a weapon so hurriedly constructed. And besides me, there's no need for anything like this when I'm this close.
It's bad.
I punch him straight on. My slashed arm hurts so much that it almost knocks me unconscious. But I punch him in the stomach and drive him against the wall. Shinji reaches out to fling my arms off. I kick his arms away without hesitation. Even I can control myself. I take the arm that I kicked and ram it against the wall and break it. I can't hear Shinji scream too clearly. Crap. I'll faint if I let my guard down. I have to hurry while my body can still move. I grab Shinji's hair and push him up against the wall. I take my other arm and grab his throat.
I really want him to now. I really want him to now just pick Shinji and throw him in the direction of Saber, so Saber can cut him in midair in half.
That would be fucking sick.
That would be awesome.
Think about it, like Shinji had this one opportunity to boost his servant's powers, and he screwed up.
Yep.
He had the perfect moment. He could have
probably need that later.
He could have gotten away with it.
If it wasn't for the fact that he's a fucking psycho maniac.
He literally called Shiro.
He thought he had this in the bag. Oh, Shiro's just a weakling. I'll make him bow.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, Shinji. Okay, sorry, Shinji. Sorry.
And
oh yeah, Shinji did a stupid idea, and now he's paying for it.
No, and it's funnier because Ryder didn't even warn him about.
Oh no, Ryder is totally sabotaging him.
Yeah,
she wants to watch him get killed.
Imagine the humiliation of being a hero during your life and then being forced by some moron to kill 100 kids just for sport.
Yeah, she didn't warn Shinji, and she didn't kill Shiro right away, so he could summon Saber.
Dude, what a weird gaslight they're going to try and explain for this insanity that's happening right now.
The blood soaked into my clothes stained Shinji's body. Oh man, we got big ball Shiro.
Dude, killed by a mop in your throat. That's something quite metal.
I put power into the hand grabbing his throat. It must be because of the magical energy flowing through my body. I feel like I'd be able to break his neck. Shut the fuck up, Shinji, you son of a bitch.
Bye, Shinji.
I tighten my grip. There's no hesitation, just a little sympathy. It's because Shinji wasn't taught the basic rules of Magi, that there's no problem with killing other Magi. I loosen my grip on his throat.
マスターの命が危ないんだぞ。
There's no response from Ryder. But Saber
He's
takes a
dead.
step back from Ryder with those words. Ryder lowers her dagger and moves her lips slightly.
これでいいんだろう。この結界は特殊らしくてね。一度貼った場所にはそう簡単に貼り直せないらしい。もうここに結界を貼ることはないんだから、その手を離せよ。
そうはいくか。勝った以上はこっちの言い分に従ってもらう。シンジ、レイジを捨てろ。そうすれば二度と争うこともない。
ふざけるな。そんな真似ができるもんか。レイジがなくなったらライダーを従えられない。そうなったら僕は
マスターでなくなるんだろう。
So you just have one common
シン
spell.
との境界に行けばいい。戦いから降りたマスターを保護してくれるそうだからな。それとも何か身を守るために結界を張ったっていうのは嘘か。
別にそんなこと言ってないだろう。僕はただマスターになってサーバントを従えていれば。
He thought he'd be able to be a magus? But what would be the point even if he became
ここ
one?
までだシンジ。レイジを捨てないのなら俺が剥ぎ取る。
剥ぎ取る。
Shinji questions like it's a real mystery. He's not faking it. It seems he really doesn't understand what I'm saying.
いやだから。
シロ、離れて。
Saber's voice. Maybe it's the result of training at the dojo, but my body reacts to Saber's voice before my brain. I let go of Shinji and jump back. And at the same time, Ryder's dagger is swung through the space I used to occupy.
ライダー。
下がりなさい、マスター。この場から離脱します。
It doesn't matter how much Ryder hates Shinji, she still has her own wish. She can't just lose.
シロ、下がって。ライダーは結界維持に使っていた魔力を全て解放するつもりです。
魔力を解放する。
Looking at Ryder, she certainly seems strange. Like the way she appeared here instantly when she was confronting Saber and the chill she's releasing. Her pressure is much stronger now.
ライダー、何考えてんだお前。エミヤのサーバントにさえ勝てないくせに勝手なことしてんじゃない。
はい。確かに私では。ですがご安心を。我がホームは他のサーバントを凌駕しています。たとえ相手が何者であろうと。
Gay Bolgan entered the chat.
Ryder raises her dagger. Everyone here lets out a voice of surprise. For some reason, Ryder takes her dagger to her neck and slashes it in one breath. Fresh blood splatters around. Blood gushes out from the neck of the black-garbed Ryder. Even her master Shinji is surprised at her actions. Even if servants are beyond human, that wound is fatal. Ryder will lose large amounts of blood and will just disappear. But that's just a needless worry for people who know nothing. Oh fuck.
Oh boy.
The splattered blood stops in the air and slowly forms a circle. It's a magic circle drawn in blood, a pattern I've never seen before, a creature-like figure that looks creepy, a big lump of magical energy created by Ryder. The boundary field Ryder was supporting until now seems small compared to this. The huge amount of magical energy must be leaking. My body is pushed back as if being blown by a strong wind.
離れて。ライダーは宝具を使う気です。そこに手を巻き込まれる。
Saying so, Saber pulls my body away by force. Protecting me, Saber confronts Ryder's magical circuit.
逃げるつもりはない。
Magic circle. That was a big brain fart.
自身のマスターをも巻き込むというのなら、ここで引導を渡すだけだ。そのような宝具を使わせはしない。
まさかマスターを守るのがサーバントの役割でしょう。私はマスターを連れて逃げるだけ。それが気に食わないのなら追ってきなさい。セイバー、もっとも これを見た後でもあなたに戦う気迫が残っていれば。
I hear a throbbing. With a sound like flesh wrenching open, Ryder's hair whirls up and... Dragged by Saber, I fall to the ground. A loud sound and a flash. I close my eyes at the raging wind. But even with my eyes closed, I'm forced to feel it. Something white passes by. I feel like something is blazing through the hallway with great speed, like a giant arrow of light.
Gas leaks, am I right?
When I raise my head,
what a big one.
the scene in front of me is the remains of cruel destruction.
Oh yeah, and are the students alive or is Tiger really dead?
Oh no, I mean, he didn't manage to kill anyone. Remember, he said it would take another few minutes for people to start dying, but everyone is probably on the scale of slightly ill to very seriously injured from all the skin melting and such. Shinji and Ryder have disappeared. The light just now wasn't aimed at us, but it was probably just to escape from here. Maybe Ryder finally rode whatever it is that she's supposed to ride out of here. My wounds hurt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The firing hammer that was pulled inside me is released. The switch is done. Oh fuck, that was a mistake. The heat flowing through me quickly fades away. Now Shiro is able to use magic like a real person. I can't hear Saber's questions anymore. In that manner, my consciousness falls into white darkness. And in the manner of Shiro, every time he gets into battle, he ends up seriously hurt, almost dead, and being a badass.
Of course.
I'm having that dream. Maybe this is the image of death for me. The closer I get to death, the more the scene that I don't want to see revives in my head. A mountain of corpses. People crumbling away. A time when everyone wished for help, yet none received any. It was painful. It was so painful that even living was painful, and I even thought I'd be at ease if I just disappeared. With faint consciousness, I reached out for no reason. I didn't reach out seeking help. I just thought that the sky was a long way away. In my last moments, that's what I thought. And then my mind faded away and the raised hand fell to the ground. No, it should have fallen to the ground. My man, Kiritsugu, a big hand grasped the falling one.
Damn.
That person came into the fire to save anybody and found me. I remember that face, a figure of a man with tears welling in his eyes, delighted from the bottom of his heart that he has found someone alive. It was because he looked so happy. I even thought that he was the one that was saved, not me. And so, looking enviable even in my dying eyes, the man saved an unfamiliar child, as if thinking something. That was the turning point. My weakness accepting death turned into the strength of a desire to live. The mind that could not think of anything was filled with joy of being saved. I moved my fingers with all my might so as to not let go of the man's hand and lost consciousness. After that, I was in a hospital when I came to, and I received a visit from the man who saved me. That was 10 years ago. Since then, Emiya was just chasing after Kiritsugu. I could only think of becoming like him. Not because I was saved, it's just because I could not forget his face at that time, and I tried to acquire that illusion. I ran, aiming to be like that. Somewhere in my mind, I didn't want to realize. That's right, that one day, hoping about how much I would be saved if I could smile the way Kiritsugu did back then. When I open my eyes, I am in a familiar living room. The sound of the clock is awfully loud. I seem to be sleeping on the floor, and when I raise my arms, both of them are wrapped up in bandages. I push myself up. The clock says it's already past 10.
外暗いなじゃないわよこの恩知らず 目が覚めたらまず言うべきことがあるんじゃない？
Good morning?
Good night in this case.
いたのかじゃないわよ。あんたの真横でずっと看病してやってたのに、ずいぶんな態度じゃない。
I see. I've done something bad.
すまない。どうも頭が固まってる。うまく物事を考えられない。
Second time, Tosaka spends a night beside Shu.
トサカ。
まあ別に大したことじゃないからいいけど、シロもあれだけの怪我だったんだから意識が朦朧としてるのも当然だしさ。で、痛いところはないの？とりあえず外傷は塞がってるけど中身まではわからないから、異常があるんなら手当てしないとまずいでしょ。
いや、だるいだけで痛むところはない。ただ
I feel like I'm floating in the air. I don't know how I came to be here. I can't even remember what I was doing today.
トサカ、学校は？俺はあの後どうなったんだ？
大丈夫。みんなのことは安心なさい。学校にはキレイがフォローに行ったから。
Ah, the priest finally does something useful.
廊下の補修とか事後処理はあいつがするから考えなくていいわ。あれでも新職なんだし。これぐら
I
い
could not understand a word you said. It all sounded very muffled.
I'm sorry. All the five priests and nuns in the entirety of in Japan decided to appear and started saving people.
Finally.
Yeah.
それじゃ学校の方は？
Well, it has a little gas leak in it,
病
but
院に運び込まれた生徒は多いけど、命に別状はないみたい。
One of the pipes
み
exploded.
んな栄養失調ってことで 2,3 日
We should visit Issei.
You know what? We should visit Issei.
big explosion.
Issei must be fucking terrible right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he visited
Taiga
us, and we weren't even sick.
Taiga, Sakura, how are they right now?
Had only he skipped school to bring us some more apples.
You know, at least they're all at the hospital being treated, right? But that does raise the question, or pose the problem, I should say, that Shinji is still out there. Ryder is still out there. And if Shinji knows...
He will kill his sister. He will genuinely go kill his own sister for it.
I mean,
So
he was already doing that. She was at school.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. That dude's brutal.
What a waste of magical energy, right? They melted the skin of the students and Ryder just used up all her magical energy.
Man, imagine how fucking horrifying it must be to just, like, none of these people know that any of this is going on. They just went to school, and then out of nowhere, the fucking sky turned red, and they started melting.
Yep.
Holy shit. You know? Jesus.
That is something to have PTSD
Jesus is
about.
coming back.
Oh my god. Great. The boundary field was stopped late, but that didn't mean I was too late. We saved everybody. Unless someone was terminally ill and already dying, so... As soon as I relax...
Probably not. They would have been...
I mean, they're all completely fucked with PTSD and probably horrible burns in their skin
that
forever.
was inevitable. That was pretty much inevitable.
Some of them may not even be able to go to school anymore.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna have to do corrective surgery for the skin that melted off of them, but hey, right? As soon as I relax, strength escapes my body. I take a deep breath and lean against the wall.
じゃあ俺の体の方も琴峰が治してくれたのか。いくら遠坂でもあれだけの傷は治せないだろう。
何言ってるのよ。それはあんたが勝手に直
Just
した
like
の。
last time.
バーサーカーの時と一緒。とりあえず傷を塞ぐだけなら腸が作る回復力だけど。
あるわけないだろう。俺だってわけがわからないんだ。セイバーと契約するまでは普通の体だったよ。
もしかして自分が知らないだけで祖先がトカゲだったとかない？
真剣な顔でそういう怖い冗談は言わないでくれ。俺だって気持ち悪いんだぞ。 自分の体が自分の知らない
I mean,
も
it's
の
the
に
whole
なって
ship
る
of
ようなものなんだ
Theseus
か
thing, right? When you get limbs replacing your old limbs, at which point you stop being you.
いいんじゃない？何はどうあれ、それで何度も命を流れてるんだから。もう2回も助けられたことだし、トカゲになるぐらいは妥協できる交換条件だと思うけど。
All he needs to unlock his full lizard powers are the vaccine. The corona vaccine. Then he's gonna turn into a real lizard.
We are all becoming a bunch of Shinji.
Someone give this man a dose of AstraZeneca. Oh my god.
さっきまで重病人だった人でしょ。ま、ともかくセーバーに感謝しなさいよね。理屈はわからないけど、シローの体がそうなったのはセーバーのおかげなんだし。
You're damn right it's because of Saber. That energizes my beaten up mind, but we still haven't finished business. We don't know what the fuck she was doing. The thing I have to do now, I mean Tosaka, not Saber. There are words I need to say to her, asking for her help and being saved by her. I got up quickly. Moving causes pain throughout my body, but I can't worry about that.
セイバーは
道場にいるわ。私は部屋に荷物取りに行ってくるわね。
More lamps.
Tosaka heads over to the outbuilding with light steps. My joints cry out in pain. I bear it by gritting my teeth and hurry to the dojo. Holy shit, Shido had his first superhero moment. Isn't that great?
Yep.
I arrive at the dojo. Sadly, it came at the expense of the health of hundreds of children and adults alike, as well as his own, but you know.
I mean, it was pretty much the best outcome in this situation.
It was. To be fair, Shido acted very well for his situation.
He acted
the
like
question
a...
is, the real question is, would Shinji activate the spell anyway?
Well, the question is, what do we do with Shinji? Because he's still out there and he's still the master writer. We have to find him.
Yeah, that is a question for them. The question for us is, if Shiro didn't go, if Shiro decided to stay and warn Saber or something, would the spell actually activate in the first place?
Oh no, he totally would have done it.
Okay,
I think so.
And Shiro did good. And Shiro did pretty much 5 stars.
Yeah. I arrive at the dojo. Saber is sitting Japanese style by her. I mean, he would have done it anyways, right? Even if it wasn't today, when the spell was complete, he was going to do it, or else he wouldn't have made the spell. He was saying some shit about wanting to bargain with Tosaka, but that's all crap. We all know it. He was humiliated several times by Tosaka. He would just.
I guess he even won it. He was trying to find a way to actually be competitive.
He was doing a power move. He knows he's a weakling, so he needs the power.
But it failed miserably, and then he went to the last option.
And it's his own fault.
It's absolutely his own fault. He's a shitty tactician.
But at least Shiro got to be a proper cleaner.
That's true. Saber is sitting Japanese style by herself as if meditating.
Wow. Still with armor.
Saber notices me coming in, stands up, and comes to me instantly.
Full armor.
Full armor Saber.
それでセイバー
すまないではありません。あなたには言いたいことが山ほどある。私を置いて敵の誘いに乗ったこと、一人で戦おうとしたこと、自身の体を気遣おうともしなかったこと、分かっているのですか？
That's all true.
そのどれもが死に直結する愚行です。いや、実際あなたは死にかけていた。こうして私を追い詰めて何が楽しいのです。
いや、その
何ですか？生半可な弁明では引き下がりません。今日という今日はとことんあなたの考えを聞かせていただきますから。
Saber is concerned about Shido's health. It's a fair concern, to be honest. Saber flares up at me. It's certainly an intense pressure, but seeing Saber so emotional is rather pleasant.
分かってる。ちゃんと話す。だから話をしよう、セイバー。体の方はこの通り大丈夫だからさ。
シロ、持ち直したのですか？
ああ、そうみたいだ。とりあえず生き延びてる。
そうですか。
Saber is fucking smiling. We have won the game.
Won the game.
Fuck yeah. Where did that threatening attitude go? Saber takes a relieved breath and smiles softly as if congratulating me on my safety.
I mean, that was a pretty big beat up, but okay.
That really makes me realize I made her feel so uneasy that even the expressionless Saber made such a face. I wasn't relying on her, but still she accepted me as the person to fight with. Respect? Character development.
Yep.
Holy shit! That was
She
the
is
stupid
the
one.
best girl after all.
I didn't notice such pure trust, and I could not even give her the simplest trust of letting her fight.
Saber.
I speak naturally. I can stare directly at the person I was so embarrassed to look at until now.
はい。何ですか、シロ。
すまない。俺がバカだった。
Yes! Fucking Shido is growing up.
Finally.
I bow my head.
Finally.
シロ、やめてください。先ほどのは言葉のあやです。怒っていたのは確かですが、あなたに謝ってもらう必要は。
I mean, she
パートナー
did
として
the
セイバー
exact
に謝るの
same
は
thing
当
as
然だ。
he did before.
心配させてすまなかった。セイバーといる限り。
Ah, isn't that a killer of a line?
Okay, just hug and kiss her already, dude. Come on, go for the kill.
セイバー。お前
Finally, they trust each other enough to work as a team.
俺
Jesus
Damn,
Christ.
that took long enough.
俺には
You need to work together, not alone.
Indeed.
And meanwhile, Lorraine is just looking, oh yeah, they're finally going to organize a team and trying to go beat my butt.
Indeed. It's like the same, they too, they have this similar issue of wanting to be the do-it-all, right? They both want to be the hero of the thing. Saber does it because she thinks she's just supposed to do that, and Shido does it because he's a traumatic PTSD victim.
Saber thinks she's a one-woman army, and Shido thinks he's a superhero. He's a superhero.
And it's great to see them just finally come to terms with the fact that that is not true.
But I will not lie. By now I'm just saying that they should kiss. Come on, kiss already.
Not now, not yet.
Oh, it's coming.
行動が間違いだったと認めるの
Don't
です
go
ね。
dragging it out.
シロはマスターとして後方支援に徹し、戦うのは私の役割だと。
No, that's wrong. I'm not mistaken in that regard. I still don't want to see Saber hurt. That's why I have forbidden her from fighting. That was the only thing I had wrong. If I decided to fight with her, I should have just protected her with all my might.
俺は自分が間違っていたとは思わない。セイバーが俺を守るなら、俺もセイバーを守る。
Saber doesn't respond. Cold air flows through the dojo. But this is the one thing I cannot give up. I raise my head, thinking that I'll just need to beg her until she accepts it. And then?
その堅くなさは実にあなたらしい。
そのセイバー。
全く。今さら答えるまでもないでしょう。私はあなたの剣です。私以外の誰があなたの力になるのですか。
Saying that, Saber puts out her left hand. With no sensible words coming to mind, I silently shake her hand. A certain feeling of a handshake. A few days after we met, we finally exchange a real contract. And then Neem comes in and fucks everything up. God damn it, we were having a scene, man. We were feeling the chemistry. God damn it, Tulsaka. Hey, why do you have to show up with such timing?
And considering the timing of it, let's just make a little quick interruption to say that Brazil and USA are 30-30 on the goddamn volleyball game.
Man, this is
You know,
sad.
the
Brazil-
game that ends at 21 points, they are at 30.
Well,
They have gone 18 points beyond the limit of the game.
that's fantastic.
Jesus Christ.
That's just great. Oh, Brazil, never change. We release our
Damn,
hands
I'm
quickly.
impressed.
We release our hands quickly. They're
Please
flustered.
なん
visit
か怪しい
change.
わね。 まさか私に内緒で作戦会議をしてたとか？
Absolutely, Rin. They were planning to destroy
It's
you.
it's my thinking, or it's being jealous to a
マスターの
certain
体が
degree.
健康かどうか脈を
Oh,
測
she's
る
just
だけ
making
です
fun
の
of
で
them. Or maybe she is. Look at Saber blushing. Let's just take in Saber blushing.
Look at that. Look at that. That's the face of the best girl. And I say that out loud.
She just wanted to check if her master's body was okay. Yeah,
Between
sure.
Team Tosaka
the-
and Team Saber wins. Come on.
I'm
Her
dumbfounded.
face will cause like.
Saber is very
Squirrel.
very near and dear to my heart. She is a close second to me, I must say. Saber is offering a really suspicious lie. No, before that, why is Saber panicking too?
Because she's the best girl. Come on.
Tosaka looks at Saber curiously. Perhaps because she's not accustomed to lying, Saber starts to act even more suspiciously. I have to help her, or we might end up in an even worse situation.
何の用だよ、父さん。部屋まで荷物を取りに行くとか言ってなかったか。
あ、それそれ。はい、セーバー、これ。
ありがとう。リンには迷惑をかける。
Perhaps this relates to that conversation they were having in the shed. Tosaka gives Saber a bag. Saber takes it with a happy expression.
それが最後だから気をつけなさいよね。
Wait a minute. Can you go back a little bit for a
力
second,
ずくで武装
please?
したら服なんて消し飛ぶんだから。
Wait, before that? Okay, go up, forward. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
申し訳ありません。突然のことだったので、そこまで考えが回ら
It's
なかった。
impressive that Ian has several sets of this exact same outfit.
Dude,
I think Ian has a fetish.
Tosaka's rich, and it's not only the jewels.
That is true.
It is way more than the jewels.
まあね。
She has a few billion lamps in the house somewhere. So yeah,
綺麗
she's
なや
rich.
つ。地味な服ばっかり私に押し付けるんだもの。ま、私には似合
Bullshit,
わない服だ
Tosaka.
から
I've
いい
seen
けど
artwork of you wearing those
なんだっ
clothes.
て
You
その
look
服に
great.
こだわるのよ、セイバー。
ええ。白が似合うと言いま
Oh
したから。
fuck! Yes.
Just kiss already. Come on, kiss. Hug. do
Shido, I
something.
think Shido's
Come on.
about to die from having heard that. Okay,
Come on, just
Oh, am
kiss
I?
already.
I don't
drag it out,
understand the
don't drag it out
situation.
for a bunch of years.
I don't understand the situation very well, but it seems that the third set of clothes is for Saber. We don't have any women's clothes here, so that means Saber is borrowing clothes from Tosaka.
Oh, really?
But I'd prefer it if you two did your girl talk elsewhere. I'm a guy too. We were having a serious conversation, but if you talk about this sort of thing, I can't help but feel let down. I mean, yeah, going from like a serious, heartfelt moment to "Hey guys, these are clothes." Nothing much happens after that, and Saber and
And
Tosaka
that's
force
why
me to sleep.
Saber's the best girl, because Tosaka has this devil spirit to just break everything apart.
I am very excited to see how your mind is going to change when we read the Unlimited Blade Works. I am very excited. I can't wait to get there. Nothing much happens after that, and Saber and Tosaka force me to sleep. I'm genuinely curious. I don't even know if you're gonna like Rin, but you know, even though I regained consciousness, my body is still badly injured. My arms were cut up by Ryder so badly that I would normally have to cut them off at the elbows, and my body is filled with cracks and strains from falling from the third floor. I guess they share the opinion that I should sleep and rest for now, even though there are lots of things to think about.
By the way, how are people going to act when they find Shiro's blood pretty much everything everywhere?
Oh, no. Kirei said he was going to deal with cleaning up the school and doing repairs and stuff, right?
Damn, those priests and nuns can pretty much do a great
And I
job.
I mean, he is a magus, so...
Oh,
I
yeah,
think his
fair enough.
blood was vaporized by Ryder's noble phantasm.
That might have been true as well, yeah. Ryder did
Oh,
go
no, his-
faster than sound,
His
probably.
blood on the third floor because he was thrown into the middle of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ryder did most of the cleaning for Kira.
Yeah,
I
Ryder
guess.
went so fast she broke all the windows and the floor and the ceiling and the walls.
So hey, no evidence.
Well, very little evidence. But I have to settle
In
things
a
as
very
quickly.
graphic way of doing so, which probably reminds me of a friend that I have that will probably get pretty interested on Rider, but anyway.
Well, we don't talk about that. But I have to settle things as quickly as possible with Shinji.
Yeah.
Shinji activated that boundary field without hesitation. Even I know how dangerous it is to let such a master roam freely. Come on, Shido, you can't be a hero all the time. Emptiness is like dizziness. Only my mind is back to normal. As soon as I lay down, my body demands sleep as it's still not fully healed.
Okay, so now there's not going to be a talk with Archer in creative mode.
I can't rest like
Okay,
this.
said.
Even if
Big
my body
said.
isn't fully healed, I have to go and find Shinji.
Okay, in the middle of the night, let's go. Leroy Jenkins.
There we go. And we have an
Oh.
update. I'll save here just because. This is where we're going to cut it off because I think it's a very fortunate thing. And it's on time, which is great.
Yeah,
But we have
that's
Wise Up
pretty much done.
on Ryder. We don't know her details, we don't know her skills, but we do have some news about her noble phantasm. At least one of them.
Yay!
Bloodfort Andromeda, others sealing Blood Temple. Or the Blood Temple of sealing others, I suppose. The proper translation for it is somewhere else, but whatever. A barrier of blood. It melts the people within it. The melted people become red blood and are absorbed by the user of the barrier. Its primary use is to absorb magical energy. It is a rank B
What is the
anti-army noble
secondary-
phantasm.
Oh, wait a minute. What is the secondary use of it?
Ah, that's a mystery, isn't it?
Let me guess. We'll find out in Heaven's Field.
Well, we'll find out whenever she uses it. We don't know if she's going to use it this time around, next time around, 2 times around from now. Range,
Another
range
show.
10 to 40, maximum target 500 people, which is about however many people were in the school, so it was very well planned. It's a shame that Shinji is fucking dumb. Actually, there you go. Weapon. An identified dagger. A giant nail that Ryder uses. Its origin is unknown, but we think it is a weapon that reflects her inner character, as opposed to being a weapon she would have actually owned during her life. It's kind of like a projection of her, you could say.
That's a masochist toy.
Who is exactly her? What character from history did this?
Ah, that's a big mystery. It takes a while for us to find out, actually. So,
I mean, it could be a random Japanese character from the Edo period, but anyway.
that would be fucking hilarious. That's a great guess.
That's something bad with Fate. Another anime that manga / anime / light novel that I found recently. Unlimited found it too, by the way, and we are pretty. Anyway, it's Shumatsu no Valkyrie, and pretty much that thing. You have a bunch of big historical figures, and you have a bunch of random Japanese dudes from the Edo period.
No, I'm just saying it's a great guess because it's very different from what you thought.
Oh,
I am as tall as Ryder.
He is, which means Ryder is a fucking midget. I'm sorry, but it's true. Is Ryder taller than Saber?
Yeah, she is.
She is.
she's tall girl.
Hello?
Let me see. Oh yeah, she's pretty tall.
She just feels like she's trying to go for a bunch of weird fetishes.
Yeah, there you go. Ryder is 172. She's actually 1 centimeter shorter than I am.
Oh no, okay.
Saber
she's
is
not that tall.
154.
Okay.
She weighs 42
Damn.
kilograms. She's a fucking feather.
Damn.
Archer is a fucking
knew.
giant, which is lore
Yeah.
accurate, by the way.
Lancer and Archer.
Look at this.
Archer too.
187, man.
He's tall. Well, I mean, with those arms, he
And
shouldn't
then-
be taller.
We have Berserker at 2.5 meters tall.
I mean, that's becoming an NBA player on
300?
steroids.
300 kilograms.
Assassin. Sasaki Kojiro. Let's see how he is.
He's pretty tall for a Japanese man.
Fair enough.
if Twitter hears me say this, I'm gonna get fucking slaughtered. But he
No,
has.
there's no
Oh,
problem. It's
wait,
not
wait
actually
until they
happening.
hear about the Shiro jokes. And by the way, we didn't have Shiro dick jokes in this episode.
Well, it was deserved
Yeah.
that break. But we do not know anything about Castor yet. We haven't seen, heard anything. Anything.
Yeah,
At all.
yeah, we sure haven't.
Which is funny because there's two masters that we don't know of, right?
Something,
There's the master at the school.
Something tells me that the openings spoiled that.
Okay, so hear me out. We know who Saber's master is, Shiro. We know archers is Rin. We know riders is Shinji. Assassins we don't know, and then
Is
berserker we
someone
know
in the
is
temple?
Ilya. We have
Okay.
no idea who
What?
Castor is or who his or her master is, and
We
we
don't
don't
even
know Lancer's master.
Oh yeah, we don't even know where they are because, for example, we know that Assassin's master is in the temple. That's pretty much sealed and done.
Okay.
It's that woman that is talking about.
Yeah.
But the rest is lancers, casters.
I mean, the
It's
only
pretty
other
much-
master,
pretty much
it's
mysteries.
complicated because we have 3 servants we don't know the master of, but we only know that there are 2 other masters, right? There's the one at the temple, who's the lady, and then there's the one at the school that we don't know of, that isn't Shinji. So that leaves at least one servant unaccounted for. Oh man,
Yeah.
we have a mystery in our hands. But at least we now know how strong Ryder is, or at least we know how strong she is without her noble
And-
phantasm.
And now we are slightly, I don't know. Oh yeah, considering how now I'm thinking, is Taiga well or really bad?
Oh, Taiga's in the hospital. We don't know.
Yeah, because Shinji told that he kicked her in the floor, and
No,
she
yeah,
was
he hurt
literally
her
about
pretty
to
bad.
die.
So
But on the other hand, she was resisting pretty strongly, so I don't know.
she's probably well in the sense that her skin didn't melt much, if at all. But she's probably bad internally. I mean, Shinji is a teenager, but getting kicked by a guy full force is pretty bad, especially if it's in your lower body and the softer parts.
Yeah, fair enough.
Could
So,
have
well,
turned some blood
that
vessels
was
and
a good
stuff.
episode. We finally saw some good saber action. That
was
is
very
actually
intense.
with Shinji.
I love February.
I was
8th.
genuinely thinking that we would die.
I know, right? It's crazy. Like, it's so tense.
It's like, yeah, we shouldn't run. Every single time we ran, we died. So why we should run right now?
You can't stop the
But
momentum
no.
of the thing. That's the end of the.
Yeah.
Right? Because like the moment you give yourself up, you can just get washed away by the servant, right?
Yep.
At least if you're
pretty
running,
much.
there's a little bit of a chance that you might dodge it, especially with Shiro's training. That
And by the way, why was Ryder's Thorn not able to kill Shiro?
probably
didn't want
because she
to?
didn't want to. Remember, Ryder has a grudge against Shinji, probably
Damn it.
because of he forced her to do this
just
horrible shit.
throwed the game. She just throwed the entire match.
Probably.
Damn.
I mean,
The-
imagine if you were a hero during your life, someone that saved people and that fought for a cause, and then you were forced by some psychopath teenager to kill hundreds of children for your own gain.
I don't know. I don't know if all of them are heroes, but fair enough.
That's a fair observation. I will-
Considering that in one of Fate's spin-offs, one of them is Jack the Ripper, I don't know if they are all
Well,
good.
the spin-offs are kind of a different thing, and in many ways they operate under different rules. In fact,
I'll-
Apocrypha made up the ruler class. I'm pretty sure they did. Maybe they mentioned it in Ataraxia. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they made up the ruler class, and they broke the rules that they made for the ruler class in the same show.
wonderful.
So it's just great. It's just awesome.
And
Uh,
we didn't even mention the Shielder class.
The Shielder class, which makes no fucking sense. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it
It
was...
feels like a big mod for a game. It doesn't feel like something that would be part of the lore. It feels like something would see on Steam.
Well,
It feels out of
that was it. Nasu had this
mod.
idea for a Shielder class servant to be kind of a rival to Saber in the original draft
What,
of Stay Night.
He's a
But
big
then
wall.
he thought,
He
you
doesn't do
know,
anything.
yeah, he thought, you know,
He's-
that's a pretty dumb idea. So he cut it out of the
Yeah.
game. And then they
Yeah.
reused it for Grand Order for no reason.
It feels out of place. I mean, it's a shield. It's a defensive weapon. It's
Or
pretty.
money.
It's
It's
pretty.
because we need to sell. This
I mean-
gotcha.
When you are in a death match, in which attack is everything, having a defensive role is kind of dumb.
Unless you're really fucking good at defending yourself.
Yeah,
And like the
I
whole
mean,
area
the
surrounding
best-
you.
the best defense is a good offense. So
unless you're Galahad.
Yeah. Or unless you're like Assassin or Assassin's Master who's intelligently using very spiky defense. But like a shield you can't counterattack with. Assassin can defend while also skewering the enemy, right? Shielder can't do that shit. Unless their
Unless
noble
you're Captain
phantasm is
America.
broken. Yeah, that's true. Captain America is the shielder.
yep.
He is the
And
shielder. The only
it's
one.
ironic considering that he has one of the worst shields of all time.
You know, that'd be pretty cool, actually. Like,
I mean,
a
considering-
Fate series set in the
Like,
modern times.
The only people in history that used his shield to better results were the Vikings, and that's it.
Yep.
Maybe some Chinese or Korean armies.
I mean,
Maybe.
yeah. But it would be pretty cool if they made like a modern Fate series that surrounded like modern day superheroes as like the servants. That'd be pretty fun.
I don't
Modern day
know.
superheroes, doctors.
I don't know.
Yeah, doctors.
It would be maybe interesting picking figures from World War II or
Oh no, I meant
World
to
War
say in like the
One.
superhero comic book stuff
Or
because they're
picture
like
for
modern
an
day
example.
mythology, right?
For again, having Napoleon with a big cannon being the archer would be funny. Would be funny.
I think some of the snipers of World War I and II would do some pretty cool stuff as Archer. Because like they'd be weak from the perspective that they were just people, but at the same time, they would have some busted noble phantasms, like that Finnish guy that killed 500 Soviets by himself. in the
Remember
Winter
the
War.
red tail? The red tail guy.
Yeah, the Baron.
He would be a pretty good rider.
Yeah, the Red Baron, also
Yeah.
known as Shark
Yeah,
Aznavour
a
of the
rider,
present.
a rider that rides in the sky
Yeah,
and is flying higher.
that's pretty cool. I mean, we have some
And
potential there.
that was a really bad Sabaton reference right there that I just made.
It was aight. It's finally good just to kind of cap off the outro to see that Shido's development is taking place. A lot of people get frustrated.
And he's nearly getting a girl, the best girl. He's
Yeah.
nearly getting the best girl for himself.
A lot of
Go
people,
for it, man. Try to kiss her.
a lot
Try
of
to
people
hug her. Try to do anything.
get very
Don't just,
frustrated.
oh, what if we touch the hands at the dojo or something like that? Go beyond that.
A lot of people get very frustrated when they read Fate Stay Night for the first time, especially in the Fate route, because they think it's too slow. But I think it's good that they're allowing Shido to breathe a bit,
Oh no,
just because
it is neither good neither bad, but
I mean,
It's
it's
slow
slow
either way.
enough. It's slow enough because Shido is a very stubborn character, and we're seeing him at his
I
stubbornness.
mean,
So
having 2 days that were practically replaced of one another feels like it's low too much. Let's
well,
just
yeah, I'm not
put it
gonna
like
I'm not
that.
gonna go and say that it's a perfect book. It has some pacing issues, but
We genuinely had days that were just one and again. Again,
it is
repeated.
good. It is good to see that Shido finally, after some time to breathe, getting some training with Saber, having some good conversations, and having some reflection time, is finally growing up. Not very drastically, mind you, but he is growing in a good direction. And it only gets better from here.
And down there too. I mean,
Oh, shit,
come
that
on,
was a
it's
mistake.
Saber. Wait a minute. Let's leave it. Leave that for the next episode.
Yeah,
please.
that was an error. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, let's cut it.
Well,